get anyone pop up to watch the live. We have a EV battery here. This is a it's an LG Chem battery. They have a Hyundai Kona or a Kia. Not sure what kind of Kia. They got recalled recently for potential battery fires when charging at high rate, and I've got the opportunity to buy 3 palletfuls of them, so I've grabbed one to tear it down and have a look, and that's what we're going to do. So we'll wait and see if anyone pops up on stream, and we'll start pulling it apart. Grab some leads for the multimeter. I'm going to use the Milwaukee one whenever I get a chance to now. I bought this on Facebook Marketplace the other day. It's AC/DC clamp meter. It's very cool. So we will need this at some stage to test voltages and stuff. So there's 2 reasons that I'm looking at these batteries. I'll either use them for stationary storage, which is a good retirement for a battery like normal, or we may even use them for an EV. I've got plenty of light on the subject. It's an 8mm socket, so let's pull it apart. Before we do that, let's get a container to put the screws in. That'd make sense. And the office chair to sit on while I'm doing it. Something to drink. My other phone, so if I get comments I can look at the other phone. Alright, let's have a look. So this is a 18 cell series unit. 18 in series, and how many in parallel? 3 in parallel. So it's like 66 volts nominal or something. This pad on the outside is a water cooling pad. So it's some big hose barb fittings on each side. So we're going to zip this off first to expose the cells, and we'll have a look inside. I was going to use the drill for this. I'm glad we used the impact because they're actually Loctited. The man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, he's alive. Yep, still alive, still playing with stuff. I'm just videoing a lot of stuff at the moment that I can't show you. Which is unfortunate. But when I can... No, thanks mate. When I can show the videos I've been filming, I can't wait to. Definitely built the cells well. So this is 18 in series, and it's 3 in parallel, so it's 180 amp hours at 66 volts. Correct me if I'm wrong, somewhere like 11.5 kilowatt hours. Good part is I have a few of these little batteries on the charger still. Because whilst they are compact and very useful, these 1.5 amp hour ones, I've had them for a long time, and they do not have a great deal of capacity. They're only 18 watt hours or something stupid. No idea how much time and effort they put into building this, because every one of those fixings has a punch mark on it as well. So I'm going to say they spent some effort in this. Right. That looks like all the fasteners. See if we can get something under there. The Milwaukee headlamp is good. It's expensive for what it is, but it is good, correct. I've had this one a few years. And the problem with the Milwaukee head torch is it causes flickers on camera. Hello, Travis. Are you at work? So we want to be real careful, because this is I don't know if I mentioned this or not. Yep. This is in fact a lithium polymer battery. And we don't want to pop a lithium polymer battery in the shed tonight. That would be a bad time. Hello, father. Not my priest, my actual dad. So opening this beast up. 8 on, 6 off. Man, that's a big roster. I had a coffee at your lovely cafe this morning, mate. Your missus is back at it. Oh, you can hear a bit of coolant or something in there. So, oh wow, it's like thermal jelly pads, like sometimes you see them on high-end electronics. So that is one hell of a heat exchanger. I'll try and work out the path, but I'm going to assume that it's in one and out the other. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome on top of a fireplace or similar, as like a wet back kind of. You'd have to probably adapt something or hose clamp onto there, but yeah, that's a very cool heat exchanger as a byproduct in getting this battery. And yeah, you can really hear whatever coolant that is, so we won't spill that. I'll have to go and recycle that somewhere. Alright, these are our modules. This one looks better than my mate's one that he had. He seemed to have a lot more expansion between the cells. This one looks nicer. So what we're going to do is we'll get all of the bracketry off it, just to expose the cell tops. Pop these sides off, and we'll be able to see the linking cables. So this doesn't actually have a BMS on it. The BMS is completely controlled in the car for this. It's 66 volts DC on. There's a negative terminal over here, and our positive terminal is on that side. Lost the chat. Yeah, coffees are still good. Coffees are still very good. She hasn't lost her practice. She's still good at it. Oh, that come apart down there. I need to stand this up so I can get to the linking strip here, because there's just a link on this side, and then this battery will actually split in half. So then we can do some voltage testing. Oh wow. This is from a Hyundai Kona, or Iconic. They normally run, they run a series of different batteries from 30 to 64 kilowatt hours or something in those sort of ranges. They were recently recalled with fire stresses, like they worried about them catching fire. Impact. There's our battery link, which is obviously a highly chromed copper. So what does that make these? This is 18 in series, that's 9 in series here. So we've got a negative there, we'll have a positive there, a negative there, positive there, negative there, positive there, negative there, positive there, negative there, positive down here. So if we measure between there and there, we should have weight, 68 kilos is what it weighs with the aluminium thing on. We chucked it on the scale at the place I bought it from. Oh, there was a plug there. So certainly not a terrible weight. Definitely something we can work with. So this is made by Green Power, HL Green Power. Nice aluminium plate at each end. Now in supercharging these with the big vehicle chargers, they were having dramas with the cells swelling, is what I was saying before. And the reason they were swelling is they reckon that there's not enough compression in the center of the pack to hold the two sides together. Yes, there's that terminal down there. Let's get this multimeter going on. Now, 9 in series should be 34-ish volts. Not small. Nah, it's quite a battery. It's definitely quite a battery, which is cool. You guys see the multimeter there? Don't know. I might just have to read it out. So there, take down there. 33 volts. There's nothing wrong with this one. So okay, so the cells are protected under these bars. So we're not going to probably need those for our application. Geez, wouldn't it be good if this is a balance port here? We get rid of the cases. Kind of got to see what's going on in there, don't we? Right, let's rattle the case off. Ooh. Straight away you see the cells move. Yep, you can see the multimeter, wonderful. Okay. It's hard to get everything in camera view sometimes. No way would be without impact guns, to be honest with you. I absolutely love the old impacts. They're great things. As it's sitting on that angle, we'll take this backside out. Should I tell you how much I paid for this? Do you just want to know, or do you reckon it'll be scary? Because this is like... There's the bracket off. It's a bit of time grease, I think. I don't want to scare you with the price of this thing, but what do you think I got 12 kilowatts of battery for? Have a stab. So I got this whole module for $300. And potentially the next ones will be even cheaper if I buy all of them. It's a bit of a tough call. They're not really financially able to do all of them because it's 3 pallets of them. This could also mean 100 per kilowatt. No. Not a bad educated guess though. Like, I don't know how that didn't have heaps of compression on it, because that was like hanging on. Oh right, multimeter. I really like this, just the fact that you can clamp and you can measure inrush current, so it'll keep the peak. It's got AC current, DC current. I don't know what the range is though. Like 400 amps or something like that. The bloke that we got it off hadn't even taken the plastic off yet. Okay, so volts. Let's have a look at what we got across this pack. We have the negative. I might just have to leave this where I can see it. I'll just sing them out. Little balance cable. Oh yeah, that's a balance lead. 11 volts, 3.6 volts, 25 volts, 33 volts. That's a balance lead and a temperature sensor block, I reckon. Let me just stand this up so I can see that bit better. What is it? OS EV linked right hand. It's not enough cables though, because there is only, let's see if we got many more readings you can get. Let's put this one down here. What's this one? Might be the other half. $33. Nothing. 18. 3.6. 11. 12 points. 18. See if I get anything on this plug. 22. 7.3. 29.4. Okay, so the balance leads are all there. They're just split up. So half of the plug's unused and it's balance leaders and temperature sensors. So looking at that, it tells me that I can really easily click that in there and wire this up to a BMS. What's this one? It's 4S? 5S? 4S. 4S 30 amps. So 4 in series. Let's just do a quick bit of maths. 4 times 3.7 nominal is 14.8 volts nominal, which is good. I can do that with a Victron 12 volt inverter. 7S is ideal for these. 7 in series is a great 24 volt battery, but I've got 9 in series here. Should we try and get a cell out and see what the cell says? Let's get a cell out. So I've got 9 in series here. That's what I was saying. With a nice bit of aluminum. So there's QR codes. Oh, here we go. Oh, hello. Oh, let me spin this around and show you. It says lithium ion cell, 60 amp hour. So these are 60 amp hour per pouch cell, and there's 3 in series, 3 in parallel for each string. 218 watt hours per thing. LG Chem, made in China. And they look immaculate inside. So remember, just because this car was recalled doesn't mean there's actually. Cheers for watching, Trav. I'll talk to you soon. Just because these were recalled doesn't mean that there was actually anything wrong with the cells. Nobody ever said anything was wrong with the cells. It was more like a BMS thing from what I've read. It's really hard to find info on. But when you get LiPo pouch cells that look like that and not like that, they look like they're ready to explode, all puffy and blown up and stuff. What is that? There might be a BMS in there. 37 volts. So that's a 10S BMS. So we can make an amazing e-bike battery out of this, for example, because I know this is big and this is 30 kilos, right? But if we were to use this as an e-bike battery, that's a 6 kilowatt hour battery. 6, that's absolutely massive energy density because they're in pouch cells, not in cylindrical cells. So since it's pouch, like that's epic energy storage. And because they come in a brick like this, I could make an electric dirt bike. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to go and buy some more of these. Tell me, what would you guys use these for? Like, even though they'd be sick for stationary storage, and even if we made, say, that's 180 amps. Three in series. Yeah, like that's, if you make a 12 volt battery in 3S, you get all the way down to 10.8 volts though, so it's getting low. But a Victron Phoenix can handle that, but it can also handle 4S. So 4 in series charged up to 4.2 gives you obviously 16.8 volts off the top of the head. So 16.8 I think you can do 17.5 maximum with a Phoenix Victron. So we could use a 4S BMS like this, and then a relay. Use this to trigger a relay for a safe shut-off, but use the actual board just to keep cell balance. It's probably too small. It's probably too slow, to be honest with you, actually. But so you've got 660 watt hours per 3 cell pack, because they're 220. So you got 660 per 3 cells. Times that by 4, you get yourself 2.4 kilowatt at 12 volts. 2.4 kilowatt at 14.4 volts or 14.8 volts, whatever nominal is. So the problem with lithium batteries is they've got a big swing from charge to flat compared to like a 2-volt cell on a lead acid battery. A 2-volt cell on a lead acid battery's got a really short swing, so you don't get a huge energy cycle. Like, let me know, what would you guys do with these if you had the ability to buy this double brick module for $300 a pop? Do I buy 10 of them and just do something with them when I get a chance? Like, if you guys wanted to come to Tassie, I could buy them and hang on to a couple, or you guys could buy them through me. Pick them up. Come see you Wednesday. Yeah, man, no stress. This is a bit of a shock how good these are inside. So they're labelled OSB and then OSA as they go across here. What? These are the connections. There we are. Let's get that conductive piece of stuff out of here, because what's the maximum energy output for a LiPo? Like, you could be talking, in remote control car stuff, you're talking 30C, 60C rate. That's 60 amps. Yeah, that's 1800 amps. Ooh, that's just melt the tabs off instantly kind of power, isn't it? If we go across the top here, we won't get voltage that makes sense straight away, I don't think. Yeah, 29, so we don't get all of it because, yeah, 33.1. So it's a bit of a multiples dilemma that I've got. Do we get to 7S, unbolt, or put a BMS in, and then you've got 2 cell pairs on the end, and then we've got 9 here again, so we go, we've got 7, 8, 9, and then we go 5 across this one, and then we've got 4 left. The multiple never really catches up. Buy 10 of them and give them to Papa. You want to convert your solar to lithium, do you now? This, with these batteries in 24 volt with a couple of 300 amp BMSs, which are only like $200 each, like Dali BMSs or something similar, you make a very cheap battery. You wouldn't take the structure off. You could leave the structure on. You You wouldn't need them water cooled anymore. But you could make an extremely powerful... Oh, I don't know what to do. This is blowing me away a little bit. We can hook up the balance leads and do a discharge test, but I don't think it's necessary. Like, this was pulled out of a working car. There's not going to be any capacity issues to speak of. I'm assuming if we unbolt 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 at opposing sides, these will just come out in 3 packs. Is what it feels like. We pulled apart further. Let's pull it apart a bit further. Best part is I've got it on video so I can figure out how to put it back together. Yeah, they come out in 3 packs. Get rid of all the conductives because we've got live terminals. Like, I'm acting like it's really heavy. It's not that heavy, of course, but it's obviously got some weight to it. I just need to pop the other shell off. Is anyone watching that's never been on a live before? I know it's been a long time since I've done one. I need to grab that one off. We should have They're literally all in separate modules. We could stack these back up, clamp them together in like a sash clamp style thing, and we can reconfigure these any way we feel like it. Look at this. You can distribute these around any way you feel like it. That's, oh wow, that's light. What can I compare that to? It's probably the same weight as a 12 amp hour Milwaukee battery, if you've ever picked one of them up, or like a FlexVolt 60 volt. That's sharp. Watch that edge if you pull one of these apart. Well, this makes this insanely configurable, and because it's a single cell, hey Brett, it's been a long time since I've had a live stream. Been a long time since I've made a proper video, to be honest. I've filmed lots of stuff, but where I'm working at the moment, it's kind of, it's not an embargo kind of thing, but I have to finish a lot of the job before I can start releasing the videos. So I'm filming, it's just filling hard drives on my computer at the moment. Eventually we'll have a cool video, but yeah. What do you reckon? Do we discharge test this and see? Look, it's not going to be real riveting because we can do a full 20 amps with my LiPo charger in regen mode. So we pull 20 amps out of this constantly, but that's 90 hours. Yeah, it's going to be a while. No, 3 hours. It's going to be a 9-hour discharge test, sorry. 90 hours. Well, I've got that battery pack in the other room that needs a charge because I haven't put a solar panel on it. Let's do a discharge test on it and punch that into that battery pack so we're not really wasting anything. Wasting heat, obviously, I understand, but haven't really been watching battery videos since Jehu started trying to sell every product he could get his hands on. Be a dick to everyone in the community. Yeah, when he started becoming mega salesman, I switched to that young fella in America, Will Prowse, because he just went through and bought every LiPo, every lithium phosphate battery that was like on the market, and every solar generator thing that was on the market, and just started making sick videos. So I started watching Will. Oh, yeah. Okay. I have to make this into a video. Thanks for watching the stream, guys. I will make a video showing this bit first and then do a capacity test and then release that as soon as I get a chance, I guess. Yeah, Will Prowse. DIY solar with Will Prowse. He's only 30 or something, I suppose. He's a younger bloke. Been watching him since he lived in a motorhome, and he makes so many videos. Alright, we're done with the stream then. If you're watching this after the fact, let me know what you do with this awesome storage, because that is 180 amp hours at 3.7 volts. That is 600 watt hours right there. This package not much bigger than your hands. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.